hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a TVZ on Byzantium featuring FLAAAAASH and 815. Top right, our Zerg player, it is 815, sporting a 500 APM, and in the bottom left, we got ourselves FLAAAAASH, our blue Terran. You know him. That's why you clicked on this replay? Cast. Clicked on this cast on YouTube. Hit that like button if you're excited for FLAAAASH versus 815 here on Byzantium. Woo, have I cast again on this map before? I don't think I have. So I think this is from 2009 or so. And let's see here. Open center. We've got mineral-only expansions everywhere. We've got minerals with gas at the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock. And it's a 4-player map, right? So you start out in the low ground, go up to your natural expansion, wall off here, and a third base here? Huh, third bases are kind of hard to take on this map. Alright, man. So, Wikipedia says that 815 had a very, very excellent win rate on Blue Storm. Like an 80% win rate, no matter what race he faced. But this is not Blue Storm, and this is FLAAAASH. So, every single statistic 815 has is thrown out the window. He participated in, let's see, Africa Star Team League in 2020 and did fairly well in that. So let's see how he holds up here against Mr. FLAAAAASH. Hatch first in it here on this giant 4-player map, which is fairly safe. Wow, drone scouting. Here is 815. If I was playing against FLAAAASH, then I would drone scout too. I can tell you that much. So, hatch gas pool. Cha-cha-cha. And an early gas here. Early gas into barracks. Is this going to be a 1-base opener here from FLAAAASH? I feel like it is. Feel like it's going to be based on that gas timing. Oh, hold on. He pulled all the workers off of gas. Yeah, just enough gas to build a factory. Okay. So it's going to be early vultures. Here from FLAAAASH with FLAAAASH's control. The drone says, okay, I'm fairly sure that FLAAAASH is in the bottom left here because that's the direction the SCV was coming from, but we better make sure to check it out, right? Right. Terry the Overlord moving out. Yep. Scouting out FLAAAASH. You better be ready. You had better be ready to die. Because FLAAAASH has no patience for scouting overlords. So 1 Marine, just in case it was a pull first play. Walling off the low ground here of the ramp. And still no gas, so it's going to be vultures. Very, very quick lair on 2 bases. Mutalisk opening timing. And a hatch, not a hatch, a command center on the way, a vulture on the way. And FLAAAASH says, okay, I scouted a hatch first. So there are, maybe 2 or 4 lings coming this way, but nothing that a vulture cannot handle. So we're going to expand. Everything is A-OK, 100% on my end here. Hitting a machine shop on that factory. Barracks is going to float out. You're going to go for scouting here. Nope, just repositioned down here closer to the main base. Easier to access for sure. APM's about 320 now for FLAAAASH, about 260 for 815. So he was definitely spamming a little bit here. Ooh, Vulture came out and killed both of those lings. And one more hit. No, the Vulture gets in. FLAAAASH knew. Slow Vulture here. The drones are trying to fight it because they have to. They don't have any lings to chase this thing around, but this slow vulture in the hands of FLAAAASH, this is such an absolutely terrible opening for 815 here. He tried, just to go for a couple lings to try to stay alive, and oh my gosh, they got a hit off. The drones did get a hit off here. They're pretty fast against vultures that don't have speed. Oh, spider mines. Dude, if this guy can stay alive until spider mines are researched and get a couple spider mines out, or all 3 of them, that'd be so good. He's not firing all that much because he knows it slows it. Oh, he did go down. So drones kill it, but that's a lot of lost mining time, and a couple drones died there too. It's 27 to 19 total workers here. This is how you defeat a Zerg player. Flash, he shows us the blueprint every time. Harass them. Whatever you need to do. Marine timings, drop on them. Get a slow vulture in. Get a slow vulture into the main base. Kill some drones. Force some lost mining time there. Whatever you're into. Charon boost is on the way because if you're opening mech, which is definitely something that Flash is doing here, getting some Charon boost out and some Goliaths is your best bet against the incoming mutas, of which there are 5. Second gas has been taken. And maybe a couple more mutas coming in here. So the timing wasn't, for like all of the mutas in the world. Potentially a third base. And this vulture goes for another run by. God, so annoying. Oh, dies this time. Interesting. I think Flash thought it could make it through too, but nope. Not allowed. There's an engineering bay because we want some turrets coming up here for sure. Armory. Supply depot. Okay. I mean, we still haven't really committed to anything here. I mean, he's getting infantry weapon upgrades as well, getting an academy. So I wonder if this is just him opening maybe a fake out. Maybe he's like, I'm going to open what looks like mech, and then I'm going to move into more marine medic style stuff, maybe with some fire bats. So the mutas are going to do the Mutalisk thing. They're going to stack up. There's 5 of them here. A couple more going to join the party here. I think we went into 7, if I remember right. Muta pick off on an SCV. Muta pick off on a marine. Mutaflock is only 6. So I never did actually go up to that 7. 815 is floating a bunch of... Actually floating a ton of gas. What's he doing? Is he going... He's got a macro hatch coming up here to block off future run-by attempts. He's going for upgrades for his mutas. Interesting. But he's not continuing to pump Mutalisks out. This is weird. This is some weird stuff from 815. And a little bit off kilter here for Flash as well. He continues to make Marines and Goliaths. He still hasn't made a second barracks or a second factory here. So what his plan is completely unknown to me. What is he working on? Okay. Second barracks, third barracks. All right. So he's going to go... He's got a bunch of Goliaths out. But it's definitely more going to be an infantry-heavy play here. But he kind of faked 815 out, didn't he? 815 isn't necessarily expecting this, so he's going to go for the Flyer Carapace. Continue. Maybe some more Mutalisks out. He's like, okay, if I have enough mutas, I can handle these Goliaths. But he's going to run into giant Marine balls with +1 attack and stim and medic support and stuff. That might be tough. Third base on the way, 12 o'clock from an 815. Again, third base is weird on this map. I guess you could expand here. It's relatively safe and close to home, but the Zergs need that third gas. They're not going to take that as a third generally. Yeah, more mutas coming in. Oh, I wonder if this is just a complete mistake from him. He's getting a Hydralisk Den. Okay, so he's going to keep himself open to the option of lurkers. Let's see if he gets a lurker aspect research here or what. He still has so much gas. He has so much gas. He's expanding again. It's not like he has a ton of minerals. Yeah, and once again, the Goliaths are like, yo, what's up? Yep, definitely meching here, going all of the Goliaths. Don't get lurker aspect. It's not going to be super good here. Ha ha ha. Is it trickery? I feel like it's trickeration we're looking at here. So a couple medics, a couple Marines, +1 attack. Stim is done on those boys. And the mutas are pulling back, and there is no sign of lurker aspect getting researched here at all. It's just more and more Mutalisks. That Carapace upgrade is going to be huge, but it takes forever to happen. Range upgrade coming in for Flash. Also, that infantry armor upgrade. He's making a tank, but more and more medics coming in. He's up 81 to 67 supply here at 8 minutes. That 12 o'clock base is in trouble. The mutas, I don't know if they know this is happening. I mean, they do now because, bam, bam, you're under attack. So the mutas make a beeline for that 12 o'clock. They pick off a straggling Marine. Unfortunate for him that he exists at all. And yeah, I think that's probably a dead base. God, the mutas are trying to come from left side and from right side here. They're just absolutely jumping in. The Marines are all dead. The Goliaths only do half damage to mutas, and if they're right on top of the mutas, it doesn't go as well for them. The range is their benefit. That was actually really good for 815. He just wiped out any advantage that Flash had in anything right now. It's 70 to 66 supply. 8-1 held on to his third base. His fourth base was able to come up in piece 2. He is researching lurker aspect because he says there's some Marines in there, and they had stim, and there were medics. So we definitely, let's just make sure we have lurker aspect researched. Maybe we don't need to make any right now, but let's just make sure we have it available and on the table. here for 815. I like it. I like that plan very much indeed. So the mutas, they bait a stim out. Oh, and then they go in for the... Oof, you guys are stimmed. Why don't I fly right into your face? This is so many Mutalisks, though. Look at him. He's just dropping right on top of these boys. Right on top of our boys in blue here. And then, you know, killing a couple of the medics while we're at it. Dude, this Marine count is not healthy for Flash all of a sudden. What's he got? He's got 2 Marines in a bunker. That's it. He's down 75 to 62 supply. 815 is killing it right now. He was in a lot of trouble, but his mutas with the Carapace upgrade were so good. They were so good. These drones need to get to work, though. Against Flash, you can't really have drones idle for too long. And it's impossible for it to be, you know, no idle workers. But, yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Get those guys to work. Get these guys to work. Excellent stuff. On the other side of Queen's Nest, going in for that Hive Tech. Loving it. And on the other side, are we... Yeah, man, this is 6 racks. This is Radiate. This is double engineering bay. No mech here from Flash. Not right now. It's 3 tanks and a Goliath, but the rest of it that he's producing here is Marines. Is upgrade for Marines. He is getting another tank on the way, but he doesn't have multiple factories, so this is definitely not any kind of a mech thing whatsoever. And again, the tanks are kind of in case lurkers show up, or like in case lings show up. Not making mutas to help deal, or not making tanks to help deal with the mutas, that's for sure. Not even close, lads. So Metabolic Boost is on the way. Finally getting that upgrade. It's just a lot of mutas, man. What did we see? We saw a game like this recently. I want to say it was... What was it? Was it a TVZ where the Zerg player just went 100 Mutalisks? And it worked. Who was it? Was it Hero? Can't remember. Mutas continuing to dive bomb in here. Can't directly engage with this. It's too many. It's too many Marines. They've got the stim. They've got the range upgrade. They're hitting you from farther away now. So this is Flash on a bit of a push out. So this is where we have some lurkers. Yep. Flash has, or 815's got some lurkers out. There is obviously a Radiate. There's Detection. And that's what the Scourge are for. It's to deal with the aforementioned Detection and a Radiate machine, the Science Vessel. 112 to 102 supply here. 12 o'clock running. 4th base running at the top left side here too. Flash says, I already injured the 12 o'clock, so let's maybe go wipe that out. He's just make a beeline for it, man. And then Flash says, let's sacrifice that entire base. He evacuates a lot of the drones, very surprisingly. And he says, okay, let's get in. Let's send some lings in first here, but a lot of Flash's army is away. And this is a Lurker Muta attack. This is Manzurg. Coming right on in. The bunker is taking serious hits. Mutas are dying on some level for sure. Comsat station's getting wiped out. Maybe it's on fire anyway. Lings, lurkers, mutas getting into the main base. They don't actually go after this SCV line. Intriguingly, they're more going after the production to make sure that Marines that are coming out of these barracks do not have a good time whatsoever. Lings helping to attack this missile turret here. Maybe getting a lurker. Yeah, lurkers are trying to get stuff done, but tanks escorted by a single science vessel are going to get some work done here too. So a lot of SCVs are going down. There's only 39 SCVs remaining, and they are continuing to fall here. Lurkers getting some really nice splash damage attacks. But again, the tanks are coming in very patiently, wiping out lurker after lurker after lurker here. The mutas are all done. The SCVs are hiding in a corner right now. This lurker's got 1 kill, and he finally gets picked off by tanks. Flash says, okay, tanks and science vessel, you handle that. I'm moving up on the counterattack. I'm going to try to take out this 3rd base of the Zerg player. That is a win condition for me. If I can get in here and make this thing happen, I'm going to be very pleased indeed. There's a Nidus Canal coming up. Oh, but it's on the other side. It's not even starting to produce here yet. Oh, that's bad. That is really super bad. Oh, 4th base, kind of replacing a 4th base here, 815 at the expansion location, the natural at the top left spawn. Trying to get up a lot of Sunkens, and there is a Nidus Canal coming up here. It's very fast to build. And there's lings and lurkers trying to jump on this too. The lurkers burrow in and doing some serious hits here. So that's why Flash has got to run in here with the Marines. Gonna try to take down that Sunken, and they do. They take down this Sunken before it comes up, and they do. Nidus pops. What can come through the Nidus and possibly save this base? Zerglings are popping out. Lurkers are popping out. Okay. Maybe should have target fired that Nidus there. Flash going after drones instead. A bunch of drones died. That is more of a guaranteed damage, but they did get the Nidus, but not before some lurkers came through, and lings popped out as well to assist with that, and they do clean this up. So that was a lot of drone death, but the hatchery survives. It's 80 to 80 total supply right now. The Zerg player's pretty happy about that. Retaking his third base at the 12 o'clock position here. This is pretty intense. Okay, so first Defiler spells we're going to see. Plague's on the way, but Dark Swarm comes out by default. You know how this works. Flash on 2 bases at 15 minutes. Hasn't even gone for a third base yet, which is a little bit concerning. If and you ask me, it's a little bit concerning here. Science Vessels, none of them have died. That is Flash's speciality. He radiates the Defiler. Has to toss up an emergency Dark Swarm that's not really going to do much for him. Scourge trying to make connections, and they do make one connection, but not the 2 required to kill a Science Vessel there. So once again, no Science Vessels have died yet, and that is the key. We talk about this a lot. If you are a Terran player who wants to go this 8-rack stuff, or the 6-racks, whatever, you just want to go Marines, Medics, and Science Vessels, maybe some Firebats, keep your Science Vessels alive. That is the way you win these games. That's what Flash does. That's the only difference. Your macro may be really good as a Terran player, but if you don't keep your Science Vessels alive, and you're not able to irradiate every Lurker and every Defiler that the Zerg player pops out, or most of them, well, you're just gonna die, is what's gonna happen here. If you can't irradiate every Ultralisk that comes out, you're just gonna die too. Because this is what the Zerg player is gonna try to go for if he sees this strategy of just Marines and Medics, maybe a couple tanks, but Ultras should be good enough to deal with this. Lurkers jump in for the burrow wall. That's a great burrow. Whoa. Marines dying. Tanks taking some hits there too, but they're a little bit tankier, obviously, than the Marines are. It's in the name of tank. It's late. I'm a little bit loopy, if you couldn't tell. Look! Oh, Scourge got one! Okay, they took down one of the Science Vessels. A little bit of an overextend there from Flash. But this third base that tried to come up again is extraordinarily dead. Alright, so Flash taking a third base here, does minerals only base, but again, he's making a lot of Marines. So having a minerals only base is okay for him. It's a lot of Scourge, it's a lot of Lurkers here for the Zerg player. Also, I assume he's going for Ultralisks, continuing to get that melee upgrade path. More Defilers on the way. Flash is going to hang out in the middle, but look at this. 815 has both bases in top left. So he's 4 base in Zerg right now. He's looking good. He really is. He's got not the greatest upgrades on the Lings at the moment. The Marines are sitting here at 2-2, so major upgrade advantage for the Terran player. Running back, pulling back, trying to get Lurkers before they burrow, and they get a couple. Actually, whoa, they wiped out every one of those Lurkers, and the Defiler died. That was a Gosu play from Flash. Wow. Lurker down, Lurker down, Lurker down, and the ones that were in the Dark Swarm died before the Dark Swarm popped. That's insane. Now Flash is up 128, 129 to 113 supply. Pushing up this left side. It is not looking good all of a sudden for 815. He's got his Lings. He's making 16 more of them and 7 more Lurkers. A Defiler gets sniped after a Plague Ooh gets tossed down. Decent Plague on all these units. Keep them moving. If you stop, the Medics will drain all of their healing energy on units that will continue to die. And they won't have any energy for future engagement. So if you keep them moving, then the Medics don't do that. And this is exactly, I think, Flash is probably doing this on purpose. Keep moving, and then it wears off, and then you can stop and heal up. Although, I don't know, maybe Flash's modus operandi is that he never stops anyway. There is no stopping in Flash's vocabulary. So he checks to see if this base is up, and it's not. He's killed that one successfully, but Ling's jumping on. Plague! Oh, it's a huge Plague! It catches 4 of the Science Vessels. Oh, a 5th one managed to dodge it there, but where is the Mutalisk? Where is the one Mutalisk that needs to exist and go after these Science Vessels once the Plague has reached all the way down to their very, very low HP? But the Irradiates are continuing to come. Plague or no Plague right now. We'll see if he repairs them or not. This one seems like it's going back for a repair, and this one's coming in off the bench. Yeah, he's sending a couple back for repair purposes. Scourge, no, dead. 2 dead Science Vessels. Ah! He was too busy microing over this way against this Dark Swarm attack. Lurkers on the backside trying to get it. Another Dark Swarm comes up. He retreats from it immediately. Defiler hiding inside the Dark Swarm temporarily. He decides not to do that after all. It's 138 to 99 supply, though. Flash He's killing defilers. Oh, the irradiate is up, but the fire bats are inside the house. Defensive matrix on a fire bat. He dies almost instantly. Another huge plague from 815 says no, absolutely not. But inside the Dark Swarm, the fire bats are trying to hold their own. They can't. Flash has got to pull back from this one. He's expanding to a 4th base. It's 6 o'clock, which I really love. And Firebats, Lings, just walk through the Dark Swarm. Attack, yeah, attack lurkers that are trying to get through here. It is 3-3 Marines, baby. They are little gods of death right now, going after drones. Lings coming in single file. Oh, this is a little bit more than single file, though. And 815 is going to be able to eat all of this up. Maybe a bit of an overextend here. Medics trying to heal themselves up here. Marines Persian in very nice position that way. These Firebats, that's a 10-kill Firebat. They're dead because of the full surround, but dude, oh, no. The heal is good. Oh my gosh, this Firebat is kicking butt and taking names. Oh, these Marines are kicking butt and taking names. There's a Dark Swarm up, so the Marines can't continue to do that. Final Marine remains. Lings are going to have to run up here and deal with this dude, but meanwhile, Flash has got a bunch of repaired science vessels here. Looking good. Irradiates on those lurkers. Very nice. Skrrr! No! I talked you up, Flash. I talked up your ability to keep all of your science vessels alive. That is like the 5th or 6th or 7th science vessel that has died in this game. It is too many. It is too many. Flash may be in trouble here. 815 is saving up gas and saving up minerals. He's got an Ultralisk Cavern about to pop. This is where things start to go bad for Terran players who are deploying this 8 racks, 6 racks, whatever rack strategy you want to call it. Is when the Ultras come out. Sure, you can irradiate them if you have enough science vessels for it, but even then, they're just little irradiated AoE bombs against your Marines. Okay, this Defiler with, wow, okay, gets a plague off. Very nice. Catching what? Is that 4 science vessels he just casually plagued? What a monster. What a boss this Defiler is. And then a Dark Swarm comes up too. Then he gets irradiated, but he just chased this army away, and they can't come this way because there's Dark Swarm over here. I mean, this is gonna wear off? Sure, probably that. Lings do get inside this bottom right, where Flash is trying to hold on here. He's got some vultures out. We talk about that all the time, right? If you're gonna go for the 8 racks, you've got a factory anyway. So just make some vultures. Throw down some spider mines all over the place. When the Lings come running through, the spider mines will wreck them. When the Ultras come running through, the spider mines hit them pretty hard. So here we go. Chitinous plating on the way. How many Ultras can you make? None. We're going for more lurkers, man. I don't really have time to wait for Ultralisks to pop out of their eggs. Flash is on my front doorstep. I gotta plague them. Excellent job there. There's Firebats, though. They are not afraid of the Dark Swarm right now, which seems like a problem. The Mutas did just pick off a science vessel. Maybe 2 there. This Muta needs to go after science vessels. And then, what is this? A Ling run by. See, handful of tanks remaining, just in case a handful of Lings tries to sneak in here, right? Come on. We can't allow that. Yeah, one of the tanks died, but that was like 16 Lings that went down. That's probably a fair trade for the Terran. 129 to 125 supply. This is scraptastic. Absolutely discrapiest. Scourge getting picked off before they can get too close. It's been 4 bases for a while. Oh my gosh, dude, Flash. 2 more science vessels die. Look at this expanding to the right side to 815. 815 is a good StarCraft player, everyone. He's awesome. Look, anabolic synthesis is on the way. Are there any Ultras to take advantage of anabolic synthesis? No. No, there are not. Flash is up 137 to 119 supply. He's expanding again down this bottom way. That is his way of doing things here. That's a 5th base. He's got 23 minutes. Sending a small hit squad of 3-3 Marines with a medic up this right side. But oh boy, there's a Ling Ultra arm. There is an Ultralisk out. Hey! And there's Dark Swarm supporting him too. That Defiler came out of nowhere. Once again, Ultralisk says, I will kill all of you. Rah! Rah! You can't kill me fast enough. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I've got my 6 armor. Ling's gonna try to wipe out these tanks. They get 1, and they get... okay, so 2 tanks have died in that position now. Woof. Yeah, the irradiates. The mass irradiates here. What the heck was that? Did the Nidus connect? What? Oh, these guys are irradiated. They're killing drones and stuff. Come on, guys. You're better than this. The right side base of 815 does get wiped out over at the 3 o'clock. And these poor Ultras are irradiated real badly. That's not enough to kill them, but it brings them down to very low HP, relatively speaking to where they start out with, which is 400. It's a lot of HP, man. By far the most HP on anything the Zerg has. But here comes a pretty solid Ling Ultra attack. Never mind, backing it out. Muta tries to get some hits off. No, gets irradiated. Obliterated there. All 8 Science Vessels are too high HP for a single Muta to take them down. More Ultralisks in production. Flashes at 145 supply. And this is where, again, things start getting scary for the Terran players in our lives. When the Ultras and the Ling start having full upgrades, and they're coming all over the place, and there's Dark Swarm, and there's Plague, and there's Ultras smashing into face, and they're getting on top of your bases, and there's not much you can do about it if you just have Marines, etc., etc. You know how this works. I know how this works. These amazing Plague again. Dude, the Plagues have been on point here. He plagued his own Lings there too, which is a problem. Dark Swarm Ultra. You might be able to fight that with some Fire Bats if it's just Lings. That Ultra finally goes down. What he's doing is he's trying to create a perimeter. Flash is like, okay, if the Ultras get down here in Dark Swarm, I'm in trouble. But if I can make them Dark Swarm out here, they can't get close enough to my bases to really wreck them, which they would do if Ultras got down here with Dark Swarm. That would be it. Like, Flash would have to evacuate the SCVs. This base would not happen. He would lift it, obviously, and then maybe wait for the Ultras to go away, but it still really slows down the income. And when you're up 155 to 111 supply, you want to keep that gravy train going, mama. Let's keep this ball rolling. Look at these irradiates, man. Sure, have many Science Vessels died today? Yeah, but there are 5. There's 5 left. These poor, lonely, irradiated Ultras. Lurkers getting irradiated and exploding in giant, bloody circles, as always. 167 to 115 supply. The irradiates are good. The base count is amazing. And 815, he's on the 4 bases, but he's been on the 4 bases forever. He's finally trying to retake his 12 o'clock for the 3rd time today. He's retaking his 3 o'clock for the 2nd time today. And this is Flash, man. Oh my gosh, Science Vessels. Wow. This is the most Science Vessels I've maybe seen Flash lose in a long time. In a long time. 2 more Ultras on the way, but they are dying. Getting softened up by the Irradiate is key to this. If these were Ultras that were just, 400 HP running around willy-nilly inside your Marine Ball here, you'd not be happy. But if they come at, 150 HP, it's a little bit easier to deal with your +3 attack. This has been Flash's favorite target today. Has been that 12 o'clock. He's going to kill it again. Just not enough Dark Swarm. GG! KT815 tapping out, and Flash is your winner. In 27 minutes and 44 seconds. Just look at this macro. He's a monster. He only had 6 racks that whole time. He's getting a 7th one now. But he's been spending his cash. He's at 79 minerals and 104 gas today. That's crazy good. That is such crazy good spending with only 6 racks and 5 bases. He only had 43 SCVs, I guess, so that kind of helps keep things slowed down. But, yo, that was great. That was a great TVZ. Flash gets that win. 815 gave him a hard time. He killed so many Science Vessels, but he just never got that 5th base, right? When he was on 4 bases and Flash was on 3, sure, things were great for 815. But then, when he wasn't able to get his own 5th base, and this base never happened, and Flash expanded twice, and he's expanding over here too, yeah, you're just going to be in for a pretty bad time. Like a really, really bad time if you're 815. So good game from him. I think he put up a really, really good fight. He did what he needed to do. It was the Lings, the Ultras, but the Ultras kept getting separated from each other and getting irradiated and then irradiated again maybe to finish them off. And there was just never a united front of Ling Ultra Dark Swarm that even threatened any of these bases. The biggest threat was the Lurker Muta attack that came in around 10 minutes. That was really good. It was really strong, but, dealing with it was going to be turrets, was going to be Marines, and then the Lurkers getting picked off by siege tanks that came home. So a bunch of SCVs died there for sure. Some of these buildings are on fire, yes, but none of the barracks died. A few SCVs went down, but not enough to really cripple Flash. And I think this 3rd base died as a result. That was the trade, right? It was a base down entirely for 815, and Flash was able to hold on to his, no problem. Yeah, and once again, if your ultras are out in the middle of the map, it's just too easy for Marines to stim and run away, or, you know, focus you down, because there are 27 of them, and one of you. Look at this guy. He's like, I'm not, what? There's an Ultralisk back there? No, there's not. How does he get away with not helping? Dude, this guy's not helping either. This guy is at least pointing his gun in the right direction. That's nice. Dude, look at this dude. He must have gotten a command to turn and fire, but then he couldn't because maybe this dude is in the way. I don't know. That's very, very funny, though. I like he's protesting. He's like a Tiananmen Square protester standing in front of a tank, but this time just looking away from an Ultralisk that is bearing down on him and will kill him given the opportunity. Good stuff. Really good stuff. All right. That was a heck of a lot of fun there. Flash got the win. Which isn't really overall surprising, I don't think, against 815, but I think it's just nice to see that sometimes the Iraq strategy can win. Even if the enemy goes for Dark Swarm and Plague and is killing Science Vessels and is making Ultras, Flash can make it work, man. 173,000 points for 815 and 169 from Flash. Look at that. A score higher than Flash, and he loses. He outproduced the crap out of Flash here. He killed about a 2-to-1 ratio, Flash did, so this should make sense. But the larger problem is that 815 was not really able to get a 5th base up. So if the game had continued onwards, 815 would have just fallen further and further behind, and he knew that. So sometimes if the GG happens and tap out happens a little bit earlier, sometimes the numbers can be misleading when it comes to the final score and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, he outspent Flash 58,000 to 45,000 resources, which should be enough. But once again, he just never had that giant ball of Zerg bearing down on one of Flash's, his 4th base or his 5th base. That would have changed this game. He just never could make it happen. Flash kept threatening the hatcheries and threatening the bases of 815 instead. He was playing defense too much. And at the end of the day, that's how you do it. This is how we do it. All right, cool stuff. So Flash gets the win. Somebody in the chat or in the comments keeps tracks of Flash's win-loss record on the channel. And Flash wins a lot more than he loses. That's for sure. Not all of them. Definitely not 100% of those games, but it's a pretty high level. All right, fantastic. Really good TVZ, and that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2. Ooh, StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Okay. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.